Hi, I'm Chris Walker with RIO Products, and today I'd like to tell you about the InTouch Big Nasty Sink Tip. Now this is my very favorite line for throwing streamers like these that you'd fish for trout on a big stream like the South Fork of the Snake. And it is my favorite line for a couple of different reasons. First is the core. The core is our InTouch braided core, very, very low stretch. It gives you great sensitivity when you're fishing the fly, so if you feel a slight bump from a fish or if you're brushing up against structure, that's all very intuitive to the fisherman. The other reason is the taper. It's got a relatively short, powerful front taper, great for turning over a big fly, but behind that there's a relatively long head, about 40 feet, with some handling section behind that. And the length in that head enables you to pick up a long length of line and redirect a cast, or mend at distance when you're fishing from a boat. In addition to the taper, the line has multiple density control, and that's what we call a line that has 3 or 4 different densities along its length. So as you can see in this coil, there's an orange floating section, the green hover section, the gray intermediate section, and lastly the black type 3 section. The line comes in 3 different density configurations, the first being the float hover intermediate. This gets your fly just subsurface but doesn't sink it excessively. Like I already mentioned, the next is float hover intermediate type 3. That one gets you a little deeper still. And my personal favorite is the deepest running line, the float intermediate type 3 type 5. I really like this line because it's a short enough sink tip that it doesn't get so deep that it's hard to lift. It's only about 20 feet of sinking section in total. So when you make a cast, you can do a few strips, pick up quickly, redirect, and hit the next spot on the bank. It's also important to note that you need to match these lines with an appropriate leader. And my favorite for the job is the Big Nasty leader. It's a 6-foot tapered leader, and that length allows you to turn over a big fly. It's also a medium stiff material, which helps you carry the energy all the way through the end of the cast to turn that fly over. So if you like streamer fishing, check out the InTouch Big Nasty Sink Tip at your local RIO dealer.
RIO. Make the connection.